你好。
Good morning, everybody. And Kathy, I'm glad to heard you are formally become the Chinese language student in your local university. Yeah, congratulations. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, today we are going to learn the characters for 6视图, like 6 Persimmons picture or photo, and do some study of this, design for this famous, the picture. I mean, the painting is collected in Japan, and very famous things. So do the characters first, as normally we do. The third, the character picture or photo, actually very useful for our painting. You can always name your painting like a blah blah flower 2. What kind of a painting? Always use these characters. That's why we are learning here. Okay, first, the number 6. I think I mentioned used to. And this is the good number in Chinese cultural. Means smooth, because the same pronunciation as other characters word for smooth. So this is the good number become. Okay, standard size. Very easy, right? You can tell, I mean, by computer font, you can figure out. Eventually, you're supposed to do that, right? Okay, dot on the top. And then the dominant stroke should be the one big horizontal. And the 2 dots with relationship of like together, but like direction a little bit different, right? Normally to left like that, and to the right is like a press. That's it. Walking style, it's really walking and running cursive for this character cannot really tell difference. Very alike, stay the same thing. And even you can switch them, which one for walking, which one for running, or sometimes just become your preference. I mean, how do you do the things, or this time and that time? So put them together, and this common rule later for 1 dot and 1 horizontal, put them together like that. And then 2 dots shows more connection, dynamic, right? Dot and press show the connection, and then dot. This is naturally just lifting and ready for next character, right? So do not put any force on purpose to do the hook here, just lifting. and ready to go to live. Okay. As I said, not that much, just like 2 ways to do more faster writing. You don't have to even do this. Every people can tell, this is the number of 6. Probably here you want more like that. Indicated the horizontal stroke, right? Okay. This you can always tell this is a clerical style, carving, like a carving like thing, right? With the dot more. Actually, this is the way to do before all of them, right? Dot carving, not the ring job, things like that. And the dominated stroke is very big, goose tail. Big stroke doesn't have to be flying that far. And the connect, press, and slowly. Because you are carving, right? For the carving style, cannot do, too fast, too sharp tail, like the sweeping, cannot do that. So even you write on the paper, still mimic that kind of things. So shows more, beauty more than the carving, but still remain the feeling of the carving. So just one stroke, put this goose tail flying and the 2 dot. So far as I watched your homework, all of you are doing very good in this clerical style. And I think people probably got misunderstood of this, name it clerical style. It's nothing to do with the looking formal or printing style, not like that. Even nowadays, if you put this style, if you like the stable looking, dignified looking, you want to put on your painting, is considered very artistic calligraphy, because the way to write it is different, right? It shows different. If you do not learn, you cannot do it. But after practice, you know how to do it. So it's art. Okay, this persimmon, you can tell 2 parts, right? 2 parts. Left-hand side is the wood, or indicated any plants, tree, family thing, right? So persimmon is on the fruit tree. How many you have ever know the persimmon? Know that? Okay, it's on the tree. It's a fruit tree, right? It's a tree, so that's why the wood radical here. My brush today, lots of hair. Okay, wood standard style first. Okay. So as radical, it's occupy about a little bit larger than 1/3, but it's smaller than half the size, right? And the left-hand side, I'm going to write is the character for the market by itself. So normally when you go to while I'm writing, but it's correct, not that beautiful, too far here, you know, but never repeat. I can rewrite another one. Okay, the vertical from top down is kind of the dominant stroke. See here, too spacey, right? But it's okay. If I put it, I do not have to connect it. And if I make it a smaller space, will be nicer, but I do not have to touch it. I think this vertical kind of too thick. You know, radical normally give the hint or you know, shows the meaning. So wood shows the meaning of again, I try to live very far. Okay, this is the wood, the tree, you know, tree belonging thing. It's not grass, not shrub, not bush. And the right part, nothing to do with the city, with the market, but the sound, same pronunciation for this character. By itself. I put on the handout, right? It's a 市, it's a market or a city. Original itself, the meaning is the market and extend to the meaning of city. Actually, we have other word for city. Okay, then see if we write fast, what can we do for the walking? As we do before, actually, we have a few characters with the word radical. Just a slant and the dot, you know, become more free. But this part are the same, right? My brush become very dry. Better you do not stop to get ink for your, to reload your brush in between one characters. You will, you know, kind of break the qi. Different ink shows. Then dot, this stay the same about, but kind of the faster doing, right? And then this part just, you know, more connect. In between strokes, two strokes, but still like the squarish thing, right? It's more connect. Okay, become grass style, running style. You can keep the this by going faster. The word radical, like the one stroke, right? Word radical always become this, and instead of doing this become press and lift. That's the role, kind of. You will see this everywhere. But right side, you can keep this way and doing faster, more connected, like that. Right, like that. Or like the handout, totally change the right hand side by doing what? this part, horizontal radical stay the same. And the dot vertical become totally one stroke, right? And then this first, and then this things become just kind of the circle, but give the circle a little bit of rhythm, not just very rounded. So become this part would radical stay the same, and this part horizontal, change the order, horizontal first, and then vertical, and then become back, start here to do kind of things here, and a little bit of rhythm here. So not very rounded. I always say in calligraphy, even we call cursive style, but not very smooth and not very rounded. Something you need to show some rhythm to pause a little bit, or otherwise what's the rhythm there? Pause a little bit and let it the looking in between round and the square, we call squarish. So sometimes like this part on the handout to do more connected. So this part the same, right? And this but press, something like that. So two ways to do. Normally, the cursive writing, you can always do like based on walking, you do faster. But sometimes the cursive style has its own way to do, and beautiful. Okay, the clerical style. Actually, this one, does this look like a little bit? I just do not how to say. It's like not like very very classic, very ancient time looking. I choose this from the nowadays people writing. I couldn't find that much exactly the things in the like the exact ancient time people do that. Some characters I do not know like famous writer, calligrapher, their area, they really use this as a written language or some things like a persimmon. Do they have persimmon by that time in their city or the area they live? I don't know. So the market is, but with the fruits of the persimmon, I don't know. So I choose this form. Same principle. That this doesn't stick out that much in this style, always make it flat, more flat, flatten it. And the slant, you bounce back a little bit. Not smooth raindrop, but a dot. And this dot become, to flatten it, become more horizontal direction. And then the big horizontal shows goose tail flying. In this style, normally, sometimes, the horizontal become dominate stroke, isn't it? Because the big goose tail flying. That's all in all of the horizontal, the clerical style. the vertical become kind of, not that stronger than the horizontal. Sometimes horizontal kind of dominate. So that's how much for the persimmon. So I'll try to explain what's the two parts of the characters with radical. The radical part indicated something like consider with the meaning, and the other part shows the pronunciation. So yeah, for the fruits, persimmon, like that, and for the city or for the market, for the other part, you may see it in the Chinese grocery here. This is supermarket with this market there, the characters there, and also very easy to write these characters. Or two, we will use a lot in our painting. It's very useful. Yeah, that's, look at the, okay, what about the look at the, we say actually first is the clerical style. Look at the clerical style. What do you think this, if you saw the meaning, if you do not know the meaning, you watch the pictogram, the characters, what does it look like? To me, does it look like the maze? Yeah, we use this for like for map, for the characters, even for the earth, the map we call earth picture. We call earth photo or earth picture. Use this word, same word. So this is only horizontal and vertical, originally. So it's like a maze. Maze to me. How long the maze for, like all of them, lots of horizontal, lots of vertical. Let's go. Okay, the large, like the mouth one, left first, like that, right? And then you do like that.
We can't see your.
Sorry, I need to. Thank you, Kathy. Sorry. Okay, vertical first, and then horizontal by pressing in the standard style, and do that lift. Do not seal, later seal, and put things in the center, right? Center, the frame there, like the door there, and in the center. Center things, of course, from top down. The small and lots of things. So put this mouth flat. And bigger horizontal. And then small slant. Actually, originally is kind of the small vertical, right? And the larger mouth, but without sealing, and put the smaller mouth in the center. Isn't that a maze? And then seal the larger mouth. Eventually seal the frame, the picture. the largest, the biggest mouth. Yeah, that's the order for that. Not hard, but try to arrange that and see the space there, the negative part about even, right? I mean the length, the widths, or looks kind of even. Yeah, do not make some place very, very dense or some really sparse. Okay, then become walking style. Actually kind of stay the same, but the smallest, the center mouth change. That's very often you will see in other characters. Instead of the four strokes, right? 4 strokes for the mouth. Change this to 2 longer vertical and 2 small horizontal in between. See that? So the mouth become understand? Okay. Other part, the order stay the same. Okay, now I'm doing this. The mouth stay the same, vertical slant, larger, and here a little bit different, so become 2 vertical and 2 horizontal. Seal it. Seal the large. Yeah. Sometimes we talked about the form changed a little bit when you write faster, right? That's why we call, not just faster, because other style. And sometimes for easier writing, change the order or change the form. Right on the running style, cursive style, that changed a lot. Beside the outside of the frame, instead of to close the bottom, you can tell as 1 stroke after, just circle it back from right to left to seal it, right? And the center things changed a lot, kind of totally changed with too many strokes there, right? So the center things, the outside just become this and like that, right? Not the other stroke, just like that. And the center things, it's just become, I don't know how to say that. Some things like the number 3 or not like the number 3 is by doing that and the circle here and back to, and the bottom 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. So you can remember like the number 3, but the circle in the center cross the place, right? So put them together. Yeah, I have my screen. Something like that. And we talked about give it a little bit of rhythm, right? This number 3, not, you see here, give it a little bit of things like that, like hard folding things. Yeah, not very curve, not very, I mean, the rounded curve. Okay, clerical style, we saw it the very first. That's easy, and it's the bottom things kind of just as I said, very, very simple. Just one mouth, and by doing 2 vertical, 2 horizontal, that's it. Okay, so vertical. This is kind of a totally square, right? And 1 stroke by 1 stroke. Doesn't it have to have the Gustave line in each characters? Some just stay same of the carving things. Doesn't want to show any beauty of our change to become paper writing. My top one a little bit too short, right? Short leg. So this could be a little bit upper. Okay. Any questions about the characters we are writing so far? Any questions? Actually, this is the number 6, right? And the bottom things without the dot on the top and the horizontal without 2 stroke of them, only the bottom part, this. This is number 8. This is the number 8. Yeah, just the bottom things. 1 slant, or say 2, 2 dots, 1 to the left, 1 to the right, 2 dots with directions. This is the Chinese number 8. Easy. Okay. Any questions? No question? Good. So let's look at this this Persimmons. This Persimmons, and it's in ink, and most of the things want to learn is things for the composition, right? The composition. Very interesting things is this. Have you ever eat this fruit? Never? Yes? Kathy, shake hands. I mean, shake head. These fruits kind of interesting. If you got ripe, it's sweet and soft. And if you got it earlier, like you got at the market, normally they pick it like a banana, very, very tart on your teeth. Isn't that, Emily? Have you ever know that? Okay, so normally
it's very bitter.
Yes,
It's very bitter.
You don't eat it when it raw, right? Cannot you like very very I mean very young banana or banana skin banana peel, like things like that. So like for me or for my friends, normally, you know, got this, and I will put that just on the window, you know, on the window nook there. So in my house, I will always see this kind of things, like the in one line there, in one line, and wait about 1 month sometimes, and then become edible. So you will always see the persimmon there put there on the counter or on. In my family, exactly like that, in one line. And the other, or sometimes like avocado, you try to feel it. If one of them become a little bit softer, you try to feel that. You know, like avocado, you try to feel that if they're ripe. You know, first of try to feel that, and so probably one. And get out of the whole line there, you know, like that, like the picture, very, very interesting. And, you know, lots of articles nowadays try to analyze why the painter do this kind of design. And some people nowadays just say, do not analyze. I mean, too much. You never understand. You never understand. You know, in the center of, you know, the painter's meaning, or, you know, their heart, their thoughts. Just a random things. It happens, and I explained in my family. You will always see that, and the different degree before eating, and you know, more than 1 month. Some become a little bit softer, and some faster. So different color shows that, and also, you know, we have a phrase not the. I'm just introduced that, not the good phrase for that. Says. How do I translate? Persimmons, you pick the soft one. Like avocado, you understand this country, avocado. If this not ripe enough, you cannot eat, right? So when you pick the persimmon, you try to pick the soft one. That phrase to say the meaning, you know, if some people, you cannot say, you are very soft and you never say no, you know, some other people take advantage of your softness. We say, you know, oh, do not let others take advantage of you. They, you know, they just, you know, pick the soft persimmons. You know, we have some things like that. Anyway, okay, for the design for this, it looks very stable, looks very balanced, this design, right? Why? You can think about, okay, one line there and the one more fresh, one soft one is putting, I mean, in front, or, you know, look at the picture and squint your eyes, look at the picture. Does it look the whole picture, the picture part like the triangle? a little bit of triangle, yeah, right. And you can see 3 parts of them. You can consider like 3 groups. 3 groups, 1 group with the 3 of them and a different distance, right? And the left one group, 2 of them, different distance, and the bottom one, like the other angle of them, right? Very interesting. I'm trying ink one, and probably later or next time, if we got time, we can try the color one. Color is beautiful, I think. This is very, very typical in China, the autumn fruit, one of the very typical autumn fruits. My larger brush is too dark. It needs some dark ink and the later light ink. Let's see, what can I do to use? I can use the darkest one. So the darkest one about in the height of the center and halfway here. Yeah, in stroke you do that. Right, not square, not round, a little bit round and square, and and a little bit like an apple shape, a little bit sunken at the center. The darkest one, and then the lighter one. My brush is really dark. I will keep that for the stem later. And do some. See, each are different shape naturally. You will do, and a different color, right? The second one, a little bit lift, almost a touch, and a different height for that. And the other one, he just circled it. Right, and here got another light ink and the kind of with some gradation. Apart from this one, and a little bit rounded. To the round to the side, right? Kind of this shaped things. And the other one beside it, circled again, but with the shape a little bit taller, right? Too big. It's okay. Okay, and the bottom one, we say the kind of triangle, but do not put them just in the center, right? A little bit to left seems solid and a little bit darker, I guess. I tried, looks easy. I tried, it's so hard to make each one different. 出转。For the painting, more free for reloading and not just one stroke. You have chance to do things. But still, sometimes you want to show stroke. And I think I saw some sometimes he do both, do the wash and I saw there is circle as well. Okay, and then very kind of abstract for the I got the real persimmon here for this part, right? It's probably include the branch in the branch of the things, small branch things, or I didn't get that. This is in the supermarket. I got that, and anyway, we try to learn in the way use dark ink, very dark. Should until it totally dry. See for the let's do the first one first, the dark one. So he left a little bit, not really repeat in the same place, right? So very calligraphy stroke, like the standard style things, by pressing and then, kind of clerical style, very powerful, because it's very hard, right? I suppose it have to hold the weight of the persimmon. Okay, and like a 4-way to indicate this kind of things. Do not have to exactly the same because you are doing yours. You cannot do exactly the same. You tried and you cannot do that. And you do not have to do that. And each one try to a little bit different. I think by natural, it will turn out different. I know it's going to smear. I will do that later. Do this first. Very 写意, right? Idea writing. Just like the calligraphy writing. Not painting looks like, but meaning there. And got this one, easier avoiding the smearing. Try to do 4 ways, right? That's the idea. You do not have to mimic each one. For your picture, you need some darker, some dry place, and some softer color, a little brighter there. Okay, for those, I know it's going to smear. Okay, I need to prepare one waste paper. And then always to get rid of extra ink. I need to do that. But let it smear a little bit, doesn't matter. Okay, I believe something here. His one much darker, I mean the persimmon, but I do not want to repeat to add any ink. Okay, that's about the 6 persimmon, and later you can put the name here or something. I mean, depend on your painting of the whole balancing things. You look at the space, see where you can put things, right? I think for my things, my things here are kind of the spacey. I want to put things here. How is your work going so far? Easy? Hard? And one thing I think for me, one thing very interesting is if some picture let me want to draw, want to paint. That's the good one. Sometimes when I try, I feel like, oh, not easy. But lots of fun. Lots of fun. So to try, I think. I will write the mimic Muqi and 6 persimmons. Oh, my brush is so ink is so dry. 6 persimmon we learned today. When you write on your painting, doesn't really matter, I mean, seriously, what kind of the style. Sometimes something in between, you know. And myself. And I'm going to put the beside because I by this shape I have some room here. Kind of I mean, if it really cold for the weather, some tradition people to do that, give some warm and moisture to this breath, breathe it. And sometimes your ink paste, if it's too cold in the weather, people do cover it and put in the you know, window side sunshine to warm it a little bit. Okay.
Victoria? Victoria,
Abby,
question. What are the first 3 characters before?
okay, so mimic Muqi. Muqi is the artist name original for this picture, and I put that in the handout already. That's the printing style, and the character for mimic. Very easy. People's radical, and then dot, horizontal. This character is a square. I don't know if any people learned that. Pronunciations, 仿 means to mimic. I don't know how to spell that. M-I?
M-I-M-I-C.
Mimic. Thank you very much. Yeah, mimic. So when you do some, you really like the picture, like the very big master, you can do. We learned 致敬 blah blah, like homage to blah blah, homage to blah blah blah, right? Or also you can use you know, the picture design, every idea from, you can say 仿 blah blah persons, blah blah to. picture. Mhm. How's your work going? I'm curious. You like it? Interesting? Interesting? Yeah, very interesting. Good. Very good. Very good. Very good composition. Even even a little bit of smearing, Emily, but your composition is good. See, look at mine. Mine, I think compared with the, I think here a little bit chi, not very in the whole list. I think a little bit of too loose. I don't know if I can see a little bit far further. See the original one, see the master's one, you know, closer, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Mimic things, and see, I got a big smearing here. But anyway, it's fun to practice. Like it, yeah, it's very fun. And even sometimes, like Kathy, I always totally agree Kathy's feeling about, you know, sometimes I always feel not become mine yet. Yeah. And but I like to do, even sometimes I found, oh, it's different. I found it's you know, more respect to the master. And I know some things I'm lacking of things, or I couldn't do now, and you know, sometimes if I can do next time better, you know, not the one time. For the calligraphy and the Chinese painting, it's like a kung fu or some things like a practice instrument. You are not supposed to to got successful one time, right? To learn one technique. Okay, I know the technique, and I know how to turn on my microwave. I have to use it. Not like that. It's supposed to every day's practicing, and you know, sometimes I like even every day's work to improve it, and I got the idea of that. So always keep one eye on the wholeness things, right? And where is the border, and how much is occupied, and what's the relationship between them. You know, sometimes it's very subtle, and then when you do very fast, it's go even better than the slower. Anyway, it's fun to do. Happy practicing, and happy painting. Next time, I don't know if I want to do the color one, and for other we can do the color one, or for other phrase. And because this color is like the autumn color and very beautiful fruit, and we can do, I'm thinking of, you know, do some fruits like sweet something. It's very good for making some painting for fruits, and making cards for sweet, some things like that. And also this is also one very good, you know, painting fruits, good subject matter in the Chinese painting, for, you know, cards or some things, I mean, beside the landscape. Okay, anything, suggestions, let me know. And I'm very glad to see your homework. It also shows you have interest to do, you know, some simple but interesting painting.